Rico Williams. That's right, it's your boy, and I'm back with another one. Coming at you on a Thursday, as I always love to do. You know my favorite day of the week is Thursday. Why? Well, I was born on a Thursday, 11:47 a.m. Woo! We back with another one. As a matter of fact, this is even more special Thursday because it's my homegirl birthday. Shout out to my homegirl Cheyenne. Happy birthday, baby girl. With your so fine self. Woo! We back with another one, man. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm pretty sure I had a good week. Nothing crazy happened. I worked. That's about it. I had a very good last weekend. Last weekend was great. I did Top Golf. That was, I'm some good, man. I really feel like I might be the next Tiger Woods, but we ain't got the bread behind that yet. But we working on it. We working on it. As you can see, we are still celebrating the win for the Lakers. The Lakers, not so much the Lakers, but LeBron got his fourth ring. I'm super excited about that. We've been celebrating all week. I'm trying to tell you, Hennessy just been flowing. I think I drank out of the old cup. I'm on cloud nine. LeBron James got another ring, and they hating on it, and we thrive off of that. Okay, we thrive off of that. So that's all right. We gonna get to that. We got some comparisons now, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But before we get into that, we got a town hall debate tonight. So, as I said in one of my earlier shows a couple of weeks ago, that there was supposed to be a debate in Miami between Joe Biden and President Trump. And Trump didn't like it when he found out that it would be a debate that's on Zoom because, we live in different times now and there's still a pandemic that people are still dying from and there's spikes all over the place. There's been a spike in Indiana. So actually, we made it on the news. Muncie did, actually, my hometown. They made it on the news for a big spike. I think it was like 1,800 cases in one day, something crazy like that. So just remember that COVID ain't went nowhere. The Rona ain't went nowhere. Lady Rona, she's still out here flying and flipping her hair. So don't forget about that. Continue to be safe. We done told y'all, now the president done got it. Now, I think we don't know if he lied about him having it, but I don't know. We don't know. Y'all can leave comments below if you think he really had it. He probably did, but I don't know. I don't know. These folks just saying anything nowadays to get people to just believe what they saying. So we'll keep our eye on that. But yeah, they got a whole town hall meeting. So Trump is supposed to be on NBC. And Joe Biden is supposed to be on ABC. This is actually happening right now. And I'm going to go catch up on that and see what's going on. So this is what I want y'all to go into it with, because this is my mindset. This is my mindset at this point. My mindset at this point is that they're going to be on two different networks. So Biden has ABC, which is ran by Disney. So that's a fairly good audience to have. That's a good channel to be on. And then Trump is on NBC, and they were going to do it at different times. But of course, Trump said we're going to do it at the same time. So whatever numbers that come out next week or come out tomorrow about who watched what, you got to understand and think about those numbers before you make a decision. Because I feel like, so Trump is the entertaining part of it. Trump is the entertaining part of it. We want to see what he has to say next. What is he going to finally say no to white supremacy? Is he finally going to say something that unifies people? Or is he going to give us more of the same? Joe Biden, he's pretty much let us know exactly what he wants to do going forward. And Kamala, now we know what she want to do going forward. But I got an affinity for them AKAs. I just like them. But don't let the numbers come, say that these are the people that are supporting them. There are some people that just want to continue to see it. There might be some people that are on the fence about it. And they may watch Donald Trump tonight just to see what he has to say, because in a sense, that's what I would feel like. I would want to watch him live and see what he has to say, to see if he's going to backtrack or do anything like that. You know, we had some news come out about Ice Cube had helped him out with that old platinum plan, and you know, Zell May and I, we had an episode about the platinum package, and if y'all go back and watch that, y'all see how I feel about that. I just feel like platinum, that's the thing that you shooting for when you a rapper back in the early 2000s, late 90s. If you go platinum, you're a bad boy. You go triple platinum, you're the baddest boy or baddest person. I apologize, I'm in 2020. But I just honestly feel like, and people is getting on Ice Cube's head about this whole thing, and let's hear him out and see what's going on, because I feel like Ice Cube, it would never be, in a sense, a sellout. If he can do something to help black people, and if it's the person that's in power at the time, y'all gonna have to just research that, because it sounds like to me he went back and forth with the Democrats and the Republicans to see, you know, they asked for his input, and, you know, Ice Cube being a part of this whole, you know, movement for moving forward as a society with equality and all that since like the 90s, late 80s. He's been a part of that movement. So I'm not gonna write Ice Cube off. I'm not gonna say that he's canceled yet. I think that we need to hear him out and see what's going on. He's not trying to come out with a new album or anything and trying to get some kind of notoriety, because Ice Cube is good. And, you know, you gave us all the Fridays, and you even gave us first Sunday, and we didn't had no more Sundays after that, because second Sundays after that, you know, that's Youth Day. So we'll see what he's talking about. But let's not write him off. But I like I said, when you go into watching these debates, my plan is I'm gonna watch Trump live, and don't count that view as me supporting him. I just want to see what else he got to say to add more fuel to the fire. And Joe Biden, I'm gonna watch his afterwards, because I actually do want an opportunity to hear what he has to say, based on the fact that we didn't hear what he had to say last time, because your boy, he was interrupting him every 5 seconds. So we really didn't get a clear view of what Joe Biden's talking about. But before I move on to this Lakers topic, I need to say this. Joe Biden, Kamala, and even Barack Obama, y'all quit texting me asking me for $12. Now, they text me today. Had a nerve asking me for $12. Town hall meeting is tonight, so if you please, as soon as you can, please send us $12. What do you need $12 for? I'm still trying to figure this out. Why do you need $12? And then if I text you, if I text Obama, if I text Kamala, I'm gonna get the number one day. If I text Kamala, if I text Joe Biden and ask y'all for $12, would y'all give me the same courtesy? That's why I want to know. I'm telling you, that $12, that's crackish. I'm trying to tell y'all that's a crackish number to ask for. Now, I don't know if Trump got his own thing going on where he asking for $12 too, and I want to know where the $12 is going to. Do you need entry fee? You need entry fee to get into your own town hall? Is there a problem with that? Does it cost money for you to get in and participate in your own town hall? I don't know, but that $12 you talking about, you want to do something about that. $12? Yeah, y'all ask me for $12 every day. Y'all ask me for $12. Now I'm telling you, I done came up in the hood. I know about folk running around asking for $12 and random odd numbers like that. They want something they ain't got no business wanting. Now y'all coming off as real crackers. Quit asking me for $12. I told y'all I support y'all. When I texted 333300, whatever it was, when I texted, I was saying I support y'all. But y'all ain't gonna sit over and ask me for no $12, because I leave you on red like I do everybody else that asks me for money. Okay? I leave you on red. Y'all ain't got no business asking me for nothing. And I ain't got it. I ain't rich yet. And I gotta apologize for any of the ads that y'all seen in this, because I'm just trying to make things work for me, okay? But I'm gonna get back. If y'all ask me for $12, the people, I'm gonna have that for you. I appreciate that support. So moving on, my boy Dave Costello, he brought it to my attention that the Lakers have won in 2000, they won in 2010, and obviously they just won in 2020. So with that being said, they asked which of those teams was the best, and which version of the Lakers was the best. And I gotta say, that was a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, you go back to the 2000 Lakers, Shaq and Kobe, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Devin George, AC Green, Ron Harper, Robert Horry, T. Lue, Glenn Rice, Brian Shaw, John Sally. I mean, that's an old team. That's an aging team with a prime Kobe. I mean, a prime Shaq and a young Kobe. So that's something to wrestle with in itself, because Shaq was very dominant. And in that three-peat that he would start that year, he was the most dominant player in the game. Like, that's just it. He got the MVP in that three-peat that they had. He was the finals MVP. He did work. He averaged upwards to 30 points a game. He was a bad boy. They played the Pacers that year. Tough Pacer team. They got out of there because you don't have an answer for Shaq. You had a lot of other things, but you didn't have an answer for Shaq. So that team had the Shaq aspect to it. Then you think about the 2010 team. You got Kobe, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, who was arguably the best center in the league at that time. It was between him and, dare I say, Roy Hibbert at the time. That was a big debate. I was really capping real hard. I didn't mean capping. I meant caping for Roy Hibbert, when honestly I really felt like in the bottom of my heart that Andrew Bynum was going to be it. He was going to be the next great center. Who else they had on that team? Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar, D. Fish came back 10 years later. Lamar Odom. You had Josh Powell, Vujicic, Luke Walton, and Metta World Peace. And that was a solid team, but nobody after after Pau Gasol and Kobe, you really just kind of hope to get what you get after that. But that was probably the best version of actual, like, just playing basketball that the Lakers had played in a long time. Like, that was good basketball. Everybody got involved, and you had the catalyst, which was Kobe. Kobe did his thing, and Pau definitely did what he needed to do. So that's tough too. So one, you got the most dominant player in the game, and then this next one, you have arguably the top 3 best player of all time. They played against Boston that year and got that W. Very good team, a super team, if you will. They were pretty good, but they had won against the Lakers the year before. But also, that was an MVP LeBron year too. So it was a good league. But I just think that the Laker basketball and Phil Jackson came through and handled his business. And that was just good basketball. Now, let's talk about, our current champs. You got LeBron James. I think he's the GOAT. So, greatest of all time. At the age of 35. Then you got AD, Anthony Davis. You got him out there, and he's on the come up. I'm not sure what he's going to, because I might need to have this discussion about maybe 3 or 4 years from now, because I do want to see what AD can do now that you in that prime position. You with LeBron. What are you made of? And then who you know the squad. You know the squad. We got KCP. I don't even know who he's comparable to. You got the Caruso out there. Rondo being some say it's questionable that he's a Hall of Famer. I think there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, he had a lot of injuries, but man, Rondo's a baller, and you just gotta say he's a great point guard. Now, I'm not sure where he ranks in point guardness, but man, this was a good run with Rondo. It was a good run. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, he played against the Lakers and at one point for Kobe to get him another ring. I wouldn't say that team was stacked, or that Orlando team was stacked, but Dwight Howard was definitely a focal point in the NBA at that time. But Dwight Howard came back and showed us that I'm still here. I'm still here, and I have me a beautiful fiance. Oh my gosh! Did y'all seen that girl? She play over there. I think she played with the Storm. Cooper, I believe. She's some good, and she looks some good. Shout out to Dwight Howard for getting that rebound. Or there's probably some better way to say that. But with all that being said, what's my decision on those three teams? Who is the best? I'm telling you, I've been wrestling with this ever since old Dave asked me about this. I've been wrestling with this. And it comes down to me. Dominant Shaq, best player in the game at the point. Well, most dominant player. I'm not going to say best basketball player. He did one thing and he did one thing well, and that was just dominate in the paint. You can't stop me. That was Diesel Shaq. Now Orlando Shaq, I'm probably going to take AD. But Diesel Shaq Diesel, oh, he was different. He was a problem. He was a real problem. So I can't really wrap I'm not sure, but Shaq is the difference maker in this for me. AD is more skilled than Shaq. AD is more of a basketball player than Shaq when it comes to like the skill set, because let's not forget he started off as a guard and then he just had that magical summer where he became like 6'10", 6'11". He's more skilled. I'm going to say this based off of the teams. I'm going to say the 2020 Lakers were the more talented. I just find it hard pressed to find somebody to have an answer for Shaq, which I'm sure will probably get AD in some foul trouble. He's physical down there. Unless they was playing with them Shaq rules, we're like, oh, he's down there. He gets fouled every time. So there's some fouls we can call and there's some fouls we don't. So they ain't call everything for Shaq. So he might be able to get AD in some trouble. And that's going to leave room for Shaq to just eat. Because who else is going to stop him? Not JaVale McGee. Not Dwight Howard. I think he'd do him bad. So, who do I pick? From a team standpoint, I'm just going to edge it out to the 2020 Lakers. Because you got the GOAT on the team and AD is an up-and-coming old baby GOAT. But Shaq really makes that decision really difficult. But that was some very good team ball that 2010 Lakers team had. So, yeah, I'm going to go with 2020. 2020 Lakers. Leave comments below if you think otherwise. If you agree, let me know. Because I like a little old pat on the back. I like a pat on the back. I like that just like everybody else do. I like old pat on the back. But that's what I'm going. I'm going with 2020. They would be the better team, if you will, just because of the talent aspect of it. I think the team as a whole is more talented than either of those other teams. It's just, boy, that Shaq factor is really hard to overlook, and I don't want to do it, but that Shaq factor is different for sure. Because, AD takes Shaq out to the wing out there, and he doing what he do. That leaves it open, the whole middle open for everybody to do what they want to do. Now, not to say that Ron Artest, aka Meta World Peace, wouldn't have nothing to say about any of that, but he would be a big factor too. But I got to go with the athleticism and the talent level of that team. 2020 Lakers with LeBron is the better of those two tens teams. So that's where I'm at. We just found out that Ty Lue, he's the coach of the Clippers. He replaced Doc Rivers. He is now the coach of the Clippers. He signed a 5-year deal. We know them deals don't mean nothing because they can fire you whenever they want to. They do what they want to up there, the upper management, them people, them billionaires, they do what they want to do. So they call themselves trying to figure out a way to stop LeBron. That's what they want to do. But there was a lot of problems with this Clipper team. You got to figure out a way to get Paul George to be a superstar, not just talk about being a superstar and being acting. Because I heard that was the problem with the Clippers this year, is that somebody was acting like they was all that, this and that, but they really wasn't. And we saw that in the playoffs, that really wasn't. You wasn't really all that. because there's got to be some times when Kawhi wasn't doing nothing and you got to take over. You're more than capable of having 40 or more points. You're more than capable, from a talent standpoint, of closing out all 3 of those games that you let go. All the 3 of those closeout games, you supposed to been done, got rid of them. You should have did it yourself. If Kawhi wasn't on, you was supposed to do something. But boy, you was over there having 2 and 3 point quarters and all that. That ain't it, dog. And then Lou Williams, he never pulled up. They expected to get that 22 to 30 points out of him off the bench, and he just didn't give it to him. And Denver did what they did. And I'm not worried about no Clippers. I'm not worried about them. I think they're going to blow that team up, and we'll see what they come with. I think this is going to be a very interesting, because this will be another shortened season due to us trying to figure out what to do with this pandemic. And we see how hard it's been to try and have these teams go to practice and then go home and do what they do, because as I alluded to before, football is a whole different game with a whole lot of different moving parts. And we've seen reports that Nick Saban done got the COVID. The Titans, obviously, Cam Newton done got it. It's a lot of teams are being affected because of the COVID, and they got to shut down practice facilities and not be able to practice and all that. So I don't know if the NBA pulls that move, or they put them in kind of a bubble. But man, folk got millions of dollars and they want to do what they want to do, and that because that's what they done made all this money and worked hard for to get. Is to get all that money to do what they want to do. So I'm not sure how the NBA is going to resume, but they did their thing with the bubble, and they got to give a kudos for that, because they successfully did it. No cases, and folks that was playing around got kicked out the bubble. And then call that girl up there to your room that been giving you COVID tests, and they still kicked you out. And she the one giving the test. But that's how serious it is. And they wasn't playing no games. If that girl wasn't on the approved list, you didn't have no business up there. So we gotta give a big shout out to the NBA for that. The NBA showed out when it came to handling COVID and having an isolated situation. But you can't have the same thing when it comes to football, because that's way too many moving pieces and way too many people doing what they want to do. So we'll see what happens. But I believe that LeBron James is coming back to get that 5th ring. He might be coming back to get that 6th, and he might be back to get that 7th. We'll see what happens. We got a lot of people that's on 1-year deals, and we're going to see who want to come get. Hey, come get you a cheap ring. Come on, then. Let them talk about your legacy. But do you want to say I was an NBA champion? Come on over here to the Lakers. Come over here with LeBron James. We'll get you together. We'll get you a ring. We'll put some new. We'll help out your Wikipedia page. You can do all type of foolish stuff. But you can get your ring. Shout out to Deion Waiters. Hey, you got him a ring. Y'all can't take that away from him now. Y'all can't do it. So, hey, he's a champion. You can't take that away from him. No matter how good the gummies was. You can't take that away from him. He's a champion, okay? Speaking of which, I was going to say something about Will Cain. Will Cain went on there talking about Black Lives Matter. And I mean, he said something about the Black Lives Matter movement. He was talking about the original ideals of the country and what it was founded on, but it was founded for people that look like him. Like the ideals were about people that look like him, and it looks like he's about to leave ESPN after Stephen A. Smith done gave him a chance to sit up there and talk that trash rhetoric that he talks about on ESPN. Let Will Cain get in some. So he's about to leave ESPN and sign on with Fox, and obviously he has a show with Fox and Friends. He does it only on the weekends. He hosts it only on the weekends, but I think they want to make that a Monday through Friday thing now. Will Cain showed that he's just as racist as you thought he was on ESPN. So you know, sometimes you get an inkling like, man, something ain't right about this dude. I think he might be kind of racist. But now he's on Fox and Friends and he's showing it because he's saying Black Lives Matter. That's just a rhetoric to try and control people and all this. No, I don't understand how people are having a problem with understanding the concept of black people matter. Like, we have been treated terribly throughout the years. We've been treated terribly throughout the years. It's not been a fair thing. And all you want to do is say that this is something to control people. And I feel like I've been given a blue pill. Here you go. Yeah, you're just gonna force feed us what you want to force feed us. And you're gonna hide. Stop it, bro. You racist. You thinking about how elite white people are supposed to be, And there's a lot of people that feel a little bit endangered by the fact that black people might be equal to everybody else in this whole entire world. Because that's what we are. Nobody is no better than anybody else because of their skin color. I'm sitting there talking English just like y'all talking English. So I don't understand how folk is sitting there thinking that they just better than people just because they were birthed with a skin that's the other side of my hand. Okay? And I do a lot of stuff with this side of my hand. All I'm saying is that he's pushing a narrative that I don't know if he's going. I don't know if when somebody answer this for me. Y'all answer it for me in the comments. Are y'all talking about Black Lives Matter, the organization, or the concept of Black Lives Matter? Because all we're saying is that we matter too. That's all we trying to say. That's it. That's it. No more, no less. But y'all turn into this. If y'all mad at the organization, I ain't gave not a penny to the organization. I don't know nothing about it. It's a hashtag to me. It's Black Lives Matter. It's a concept. It's an ideology. And all they're saying is we want to be treated just like everyone else and be afforded the same things that everyone else is, the same chance, the same opportunity as everyone else. That's it. But the way that the world is, that the United States is being policed on the strength of like I said, the core ideology of what it was to become the United States back in 1776 and what have you. It was something that was designed for white people with everybody else was not in mind. And then I got to say something about my Hispanic homies and the Asian homies. Y'all fell right in line with that whole black people aren't. I'm telling y'all, I done told y'all I done dealt with plenty of beautiful Latino women. Plenty. And I asked all the time, what y'all think about black people? You know, not you, of course. But what do y'all think about black folks, you know, as y'all group? And they look down on us too. Heard the same thing about the Asian culture. Every culture looks down on black folks. And that's all we're saying is Black Lives Matter for that sense, because everybody else in the world, man, if they had to vote, if the whole world had to vote a race of people off the planet, they would vote black people off. Because of a narrative. Now, I know this. I know my people ain't went and conquered and took over nothing. If anything, and I'm not trying to push a notion that we all need to come together and take white people down. No. The notion I'm trying to push is that when I see a human being, we treat each other accordingly. We treat each other as human beings. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for nothing. I done gave Will Cain too much of my time. All I'm asking for is that you see a person and you rock with them because of the person that they portray themselves to be. You rock with that person because of who you feel that they are. Not because what's the biggest example? It's always the white person crossing the road because they're afraid of the black person walking on the same sidewalk or clutching their purse and all that stuff. Like we gonna do something to them. Yeah, I feel like that might be somewhat of a guilt. Like we've treated these people so wrong for this long that we got it coming. And so anything can happen to me because we did these people so wrong. No, just try and just be fair. Just try and build a world and a culture that's just fair to everyone. And it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't understand that. That's so stupid. What somebody looks like dictates how you treat them or how you view them. That gotta go out the door. But enough of that. Enough of that. Let me get back to something super positive. My boy Dub Ducey. He done dropped the coldest LeBron James song out there. I done heard a lot of LeBron James songs throughout the years. He been in the league for 17 years. That's plenty of time for you for people to come out with songs. That boy Dub Ducey, follow him on everything. Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, MySpace. It don't matter. Go follow Dub Ducey. I'm going to put that link down there. I'm going to put his picture up here of what he did. This LeBron James song is the coldest song I done heard. In a lot, like not just about LeBron James, but it's a top tier lyrical song. I'm gonna put it up there with some of Lil Wayne's best lyrics. These lyrics were great. He got mad views. I implore y'all to go listen to it because this song is crazy. He went off lyrically. It was straight heat. I'm trying to tell you. My man's went off. I'm trying to tell you. But you know, speaking of heat, and I ain't talking about Miami. We done with that. That was last week. So, you know, I've been in the South, and a lot of my cousins and I, we reconnected. So we got us all group chat, and, you know, they brought to my attention about this monster here. Two times spicy, a double spicy, bold deck. I don't know what this says, but I assume it's hot chicken flavored ramen. And they say it down there in French too. From Korea. Come this Saturday. Now, I've seen a couple folks that did something with this stuff. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the challenge up amongst my family, and feel free to join in. Now, I had to get this off Amazon. You can find you a deal on them. I ain't getting no deal that day. I think I ordered on the wrong day, but I got the deal. I got 5 packs of it. And it's supposed to be hot. This supposed to be real hot. So we gonna try. I'm gonna eat me a whole bowl of it coming this Saturday. I'm gonna eat me a whole bowl of it. So I'm gonna have a special episode for y'all. We gonna start the challenge off. So mine, Erica, Moses, all y'all in the gang. You know who it is. You know, Bridges Grands and everybody else. Pull up. We gonna try this out. I don't think it's that hot. So we'll see what's happening. We'll see what's going on. I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna be okay. But we'll see my live reaction come Saturday. Now, ladies, I know it's getting a little cold out there. I know. And a lot of people trying to get in. They just want somewhere to stay. Some won't. But what if you just decide to let the warmth come to you? And should you make that decision, hop on Christian Mingle, follow your boy, Bar Swallowmute. I DM you right back, baby. Yeah, hey. It might be fall, it might be chilly, but baby, it gets really over this way. And listen, y'all know what to do, man. Go on Spotify, follow your boy. Apple Podcasts, follow your boy. Google Podcasts, follow your boy. YouTube. Go to the new channel, Overall 99 ENT. We got mad shows for everybody. Don't forget now, I'm doing a little project with my boy Mike Wynn. It's going down. We gonna win this here on October 31st. We got a weightlifting, well, not weightlifting, but bodybuilding competition. So if y'all want to see y'all some big raw meat right there, pull up, watch the documentary. My boy is doing this thing, man. Do you hear me? So that's what I got for y'all today. It's been another episode of Do You Hear Me? I holla.